It's a pleasure to have you here. We are coming to you live from our studios at Kokomlemle in Accra. We're live on DSTV channel 421, Go TV channel 144, on your digital television and around the world at myjoyonline.com. The details now. With 120 hotspots, police in the Bono East region say violent crimes have drastically reduced and campaigns have been peaceful. But for some residents, coming across dead bodies in marketplaces is not uncommon. Like all the other regions we visited, they complain about arms in wrong hands and say police must consolidate the relative peace they have enjoyed so far and also boost their presence on the ground. Today in our series, Safety for My Vote, Anasabit reports from the Bono East region.
Today we are in Techiman on the principal streets to engage residents on some of the topmost security concerns ahead of the December elections and getting to the end of the year.
We usually have security issues during elections, so we need to strengthen our security to save the situation.
Armed robbers and
thieves are all over the market. Sometimes you find dead bodies in the market too.
Techiman had the security issues. For
us here in Techiman, armed robbery, especially on the route, is on the rise. From the streets, we sought to find the current security situation from the Ghana Police Service. DCOP Asumadu Ochri Dakun is the acting Bono East Regional Commander.
The current security situation in the Bono East region is a mixed one because we have a situation where, on one hand, other crimes like kidnappings and murders, and then the numerous chieftaincy clashes have gone down. Robberies are not going the way we want it to be. Yes.
On political violence, DCOP Ochidakun tells me that though the region is relatively peaceful, the police has been able to identify over 120 flashpoints across the 11 constituencies of the region.
I think I can say that we have had a very peaceful campaign period in all the constituencies. We haven't actually received any complaint that Party A was having a rally and then they have clashed with Party B people. The flashpoints, the numbers keep changing, yes, but I can tell you we have around about 120,
These poor people on the grounds do happy with the improved security situation of the region. They are however calling on the police to up their game ahead of the December elections. There is improvement in the security situation during elections, but the police needs to be improved. We have to tighten our security so they will be able to deal with any situation. Others, including this gentleman, popularly known as La Soup, is however confident that the security is up to the task and the election will be generally peaceful. Ghanaians are united and I believe there won't be violence this time round. Our security is very tight too, so I have no doubt the election will be generally peaceful. For the few badness who are aiming at perpetuating violence on the election day, the police has a message for you.
Stay away from troublemaking because police will be there. Police, we are determined, we are committed, we are ready, and we are going to be very robust on that day.
So this has been the concerns of the people here in Techiman. From the Bono East Regional Capital here in Techiman, my name is Anasabit. for Joy News.
Now, joining us on Zoom for a brief conversation on this matter, rather on phone, I beg your pardon, is Bono East Regional Minister KOFI AMOAKOHENE. I'm grateful you could join the program this morning, sir. Good morning to you. So, we've heard from the police talking about the current security situation there, but what strikes me is when residents say it is not uncommon to find dead bodies in the markets when they wake up in the morning. As head of regional security, has this come to your attention, and what can you tell us about it? Hello, Mr. AMOAKOHENE.
Hello, madam.
Good morning.
Good morning, Matilda.
All right, this is Bernice you're speaking to a news desk.
Really?
Bernice, you're speaking to a news desk. Yes, sir. I believe you didn't hear my question. I just said that we heard from the police in your region.
Hello, Bernice.
Hello.
Your line is a little on the slower side.
Hello, can you hear me now, Mr. AMOAKOHENE?
Yes, I could.
All right, I'm asking you to tell us about the security situation in your region as we speak.
Thank you very much. Security in Bono East, as I speak with you, is very good. And then since the creation of the region, even though that side of the former Bono Ahafo region was known to have a lot of security threats, being it robbery, chieftaincy, Fulani, kidnapping, etc. But now I believe that it has reduced significantly.
All right. So we heard from the police in the region, Mr. AMOAKOHENE. They say they have, they've identified about 120 hotspots or flashpoints. But what strikes me in the story my colleague told is a man claiming of seeing or spotting dead bodies in marketplaces. Has that come to your attention as chair of the Regional Security Council? If it has, what can you tell us about that?
Can I take the question again?
I'm saying
Yes.
that some of your of the citizens in your region
Yes.
say that they wake up to see dead bodies in the marketplace.
Yes.
You are head of the Regional Security Council, and I'm asking if that has ever come to your attention.
Yes, it did, but it wasn't. It was, you know, a lot of people settle in the market, including lunatics and all other people. You know that sometimes we do have some of this thing, but it's not something that we've been seeing all around, that people are dying in the market. So it was a case that happened, and it came to my attention, and it has been taken care of by the police.
Can you share with us the details? Was it a murder? What exactly happened?
No, well, from what happened, I thought it wasn't a murder. It might be somebody who had an attack, and unfortunately, maybe the medical attention was not found at the time, and that happened. So it wasn't like somebody who was really murdered or something.
All right.
According to the information that I have.
Mr. AMOAKOHENE, Techiman is a major route for persons who want to go to the northern part of the country, leading on to Burkina and that are neighboring countries. So it's a major transit point. What's being done ahead of the elections to ensure that your area is not used as a transit point for arms and any other thing that can be used to foment trouble during the elections?
Thank you very much. Since the creation of the region, we have reinstated the customs barrier in addition to the police, all to curb the transitory of all these things that you mentioned. So I think security is improved, and we have really sanitized the city of Techiman in terms of security, because there was a lot of unaccustomed activities in Techiman prior to the creation of the region, and I believe the citizenry could attest to that fact that some place like Boko Station, where you could see and experience a lot of on-custom activities, sometimes even in the daytime, where there had been a constant deployment of police, and I believe the place is sanitized down. Of course, nobody can keep security to a zero decimal, but I think that we've done a lot of work in this regard, and Bron is peaceful, and we are sure, the electorates, that we are working very assiduously to make sure that the place is not used as constantly for bad things, except for good things and business.
Thank you for your time this morning. KOFI AMOAKOHENE is Bono East Regional Chairman, and we've been talking about security and issues raised by citizens living in that part of the country. Now, access to safe drinking water is still a major challenge confronting several communities in the Wenchi municipality of the Bono region, even though there have been some interventions by various governments. Communities such as Adiamra and Tangbakrom are heavily dependent on unwholesome sources and unorthodox sources for domestic use. JoyNews' Nesta Kafiatuma tells the story of the Adiamra community.
Access to basic amenities such as safe drinking water remains a headache to community members of Adiamra near Akrobi in the Wenchi municipal area. The 300-strong population of settler farmers have no choice but to depend on streams such as Techrebete and Adaji, even though water from this stream at a cursory look appears to be contaminated. Women are compelled to come here every morning and evening with their children to draw water for use at home. They say their children have been complaining of waterborne diseases, but there is nothing they could do.
We do not have safe drinking water, and the distance from here to where we get water is quite far. We appeal to government to assist us with pipe-borne water. This water is unwholesome. It is not good at all. We find needles, diapers, chamber pots, and sanitary pads in this stream. Sometimes we get stomach upset. We call on government to come to our aid, else we will not vote for them. They could not finish fixing the borehole that was started. Later when they came, they began drilling a new one up there, which has also been abandoned. Health workers usually tell us waterborne disease-causing germs are found in the system of our children.
Kwame Bunaib is the leader of Adiamra community. According to him, this borehole was dug under the ex-while NDC administration, but they could not complete the project before leaving office. He said officials from the current NPP government came here to start digging another borehole, but it has also stalled for almost 2 years now.
We lack access to safe drinking water. The women are suffering. They walk for about 2 kilometers before they can draw that dirty water. NPP promised to provide safe drinking water for us, but we have not seen much action. The several women and children here are suffering. Even we the men, lack of water has been delaying our job. We are all Ghanaians, so I plead on behalf of my people that they should forgive us for any offense and come to our aid, for we are suffering.
For the people of Adiamra community in the Wenchi municipality of the Bono region, provision of potable water is high on their needs and wants lists, since water, they say, is life. Nesta Kafi Ajoma reporting from Adiamra in the Wenchi municipality of the Bono region.
You're still watching News Desk with me, Benes Abubedulansa, and on Arrival Live, with just 12 days to the presidential and parliamentary elections, the Motor Transport and Traffic Directorate of the Police Service has intensified its plea to Ghanaians to be extra cautious and disciplined on our roads. Their message is simple: kill your speed before it kills you. Ashanti Region MTTD Board Superintendent Emmanuel Edubuahin says the police is doing their best to ensure compliance with road safety regulations, but people must take their destinies into their own hands.
What we are pleading with the general public is even to be self-compliant with the law. Behave as if there's no policeman, because you cannot get policemen from, with the greatest of respect, from Accra to Paga. So anywhere that you may be passing or crossing or riding or driving, you should have it at the back of your mind that you are policing yourself. If even you are driving with your wife or your kids or your family, the family should also be a police to you and to ourselves. So that is what we are trying to do now. So we are doing all these things and then back it to the enforcement. Let us be disciplined. Discipline in terms of making sure that we do not speed. Speed kills. Speed kills more than you think. So let us kill our speed before our speed kills us. And again, let us also refrain from drinking and driving. We know from our child, when we were even kids, that if you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink. So let us go back to all these things that we were taught when we were kids. Please, if a pedestrian, we know that the pedestrian crossings that are provided in town are not all that much, not even in town alone, on our highways. But the little that we have, let us make good use of them. Don't cross anywhere or anyhow. My colleague drivers too, because I'm also a driver, please let us also consider other road users as part of the road users that we know.
Now on to the campaign trail. The NDC's presidential candidate John Mahama and his campaign team left their hotel at 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday and returned at 5:30 a.m. Wednesday morning. Maxwell Agbagba was with them and reports how some supporters of the party slept at public parks as they waited for John Mahama's visit.
NDC presidential candidate has been moving to various constituencies. As we speak right now, he's in Paga, and he's about to greet the chief of Paga. But what you can see behind me is actually the main Navrongo to Paga road. Now, this road, there's a traffic situation on this stretch because many NDC supporters have gathered here, all of them waiting to hear John Mahama speak at the Paga Chief's Palace. A lot of them are waiting, some of them on motorbikes, as you can see, jubilating here. So they have caused some kind of a traffic situation here on the main Navrongo Paga road. There's jubilation for them. This is not a rally ground. The NDC presidential candidate is just coming here to visit the chief of Paga, and all the supporters have converged here. I have with me the Member of Parliament for Boku Central, Mahama Yariga. He's here with me. Let's find out from him what the campaign has been like.
He is being received everywhere enthusiastically. You can see the energy. The young people are yearning for the second coming of John Dramani Mahama as president. I mean, they are listening. He's taking his time to deliver the message, to explain what he will do in his second term, and the focus on continuing on the infrastructure development and providing job opportunities for the young people and skills training and etc. and developing the agricultural potential of the North is something that is going down well with the people of the North. And everywhere we go, the people are yearning for NDC to come back
Great. So
you can see the energy all around.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that victory is ours.
We wait to see.
It shall be.
Okay. Thank you. So you just heard from Boku Central MP Mahama Ayariga. Now the NDC presidential candidate has been talking about the Japa deal. He's saying that for persons who illegitimately benefited from the deal, if the NDC wins, they should return the monies.
I think he has hit the nail right on the head. And what did he say? He said that all those who might have benefited from the deal, putting the interest of the nation first. And when you look at the report of the special prosecutor, the reason for which he resigned, and that's also an indictment on this administration, to have the special prosecutor resign at this time is an indictment. The report has indicted the president, the report has indicted the finance minister, the report has indicted the deputy minister of finance. And so, if any of these persons can be said to have benefited from the deal up to this point, I think that I would support a future NDC government led by John Dramani Mahama to take our money back and prosecute them.
You just heard from Mr. Abraham Amaliba. Abraham Amaliba is a member of the NDC's legal team.
Oh, I'm very, very happy because this is our candidate who is coming to lead us in the victory. And this MPP government, actually, when they came into power, we are suffering.
You are suffering? You say you are suffering, what do you mean you're suffering?
Because,
how do you mean?
What I mean is that when they came, all the business collapsed, all the banks collapsed. So we don't have even food to eat. It's difficult for us.
So excited because we are having the incoming president in our midst. That's why we are so excited.
It's 2:34 a.m. and we just left the Busa South constituency now. Through the Busa North constituency, we'll be going through Navungu. But there is a stop right now, and the NDC presidential candidate is meeting one of the chiefs here in this community shortly. All these vehicles were in the Busa South constituency. Even around this time at 2:33, it was quite a rough terrain. If you're sitting in a vehicle and using that untarred road, the dust covers the entire windscreen, something making it very difficult for the drivers to actually drive through. But they had to endure. And around 2:33 a.m., they are still here in this constituency, still going to meet some chiefs, interact with them, all in a bid to win their votes and their support come December 7th.
We've been waiting here for more than 12 hours.
What time did you come here yesterday?
We came here, the moment we got to know that he was to come, then we went to them, then they said they were coming at 8 o'clock.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.
So Tuesday.
Okay. So we came out, we went round, we made cars to go round and look for people, tell the people to come back as a failure to the previous day. And then they started coming. They started coming here. If you had come here the daytime, you would have been surprised. You would have been surprised. It was fantastic.
So what made you stay to endure?
We stayed here to receive our incoming president.
I came here around 5 o'clock in the evening time. Up to now.
That's Tuesday 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay, and you've been waiting here till dawn 4 a.m.?
4 a.m.
So Maxwell Agbagba there telling us that very interesting story about how long people had to wait to meet the NDC's presidential candidate. Well, President KOFI is also on the campaign trail here in the capital, and it's day 2 of his tour. On Tuesday, he met traders and drivers at Kaneshie, and he's been assuring them of government support for businesses badly hit by COVID-19.
4 years ago, me buy. Bijana kachemu. Teme sramo mama me kwa me wonye ma be ahora me pese meye. Mo jimi tumo. And now I'm more born in so Anayra Muhammad family. Kaona moto abano mame fe me da mase na de hia me ne se isema me ka se o se menya me ba be ye no mo to me di ho dance ye se man di atrantre mo man be di mo hwambo man be di atrantre mo no kra me be ka che mo me di so e na me be se mo ho me se me o no krafo onipa oka oyo Did me ba say ampa adwuma amaye say someone near someone mo hwe say adwuma amaye papa na someone near me sramo mama me kwana me koso me twa me adwuma le so 4 more years for nanano.
Our presidential correspondent ELTON BROBBEY reports the president is currently in Dansoman. Let's join him for an update. Hello. Hi, ELTON. Too bad we lost ELTON there, but we are told that the president also campaigned quite late into the night on Tuesday, ending his tour of some parts of the Greater Accra region at 12 midnight. And so we'll be getting more updates from the NPP's campaign trail when presidential correspondent ELTON BROBBEY joins us. Well, we've been able to raise ELTON on the phone lines. Hello, ELTON. At 12 midnight, the president was still on the ground. He's up this morning. Tell us what's happening in Dansoman.
We're currently we are at the Dansoman West constituency in the Greater Accra region. Currently, the Dansoman roundabout where the party is honoring the first member of parliament for this area, Teresa. 10 years ago, she was the first member of parliament for this area. First women organizer of the NPP. Today, the party has decided to honor her memory with foundation and especially right here at the Dansoman roundabout. The central activity is now, covered with the flag of the country. This is the first of the president, second day tour of the Greater Accra region. Today's program, according to the itinerary that we're given this morning, has to do with a church service to honor her memory. And the whole thing has turned into a mini rally where the member of parliament for this area, is leading hundreds of people to come and listen to the president. The fact of this is that the party says that they find it fit to honor the memory of the first MP for this area. That's how they've organized this particular gathering. But the campaign message has always been the same, that the people should go out and vote for the NPP and the parliamentary candidate for this area. The Greater Accra Regional Minister, Ishmael State, mentioned a while ago that the NPP is looking to increase its parliamentary seats in the Greater Accra region from the current 21 to 30. Meaning they are targeting to win 30 parliamentary seats in the Greater Accra region. The region has only 34 seats. The party is looking to win 30 and then allow the NDC to keep the rest of the 4. A very difficult time to be asked him, but they say that looking at what they've achieved government so far, the vision is to promote it to become a main political tool for the NPP. They're planning for food and jobs, and the many social intervention programs that according to the president have been fulfilled. It is just right for the people to return the NDP to power, to continue with the development of the nation. For them, 4 more years to see the country move from where it is now to a more prosperous place. So this is just the first stop. We have the on the face of the focus of the sniper and Nathan Barron, we will end with a special meeting with religious leaders at the State Press Center, where President Akufo is going to assure them of the commitment to ensure peace, and instant pre-election on December 10th.
Thank you very much, ELTON BROBBEY's presidential correspondent, giving us updates on the president's tour of the Greater Accra region. Now, the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana has criticized the 2020 manifestos of the NPP and NDC claiming they do not address their concerns. Speaking at the Agriculture Manifesto Forum in Accra, head of programs at the association, Charles Koinyaba, identified lack of markets and post-harvest losses as two main challenges facing the sector which need redress. He assures in this election year, peasant farmers will not vote based on party or regional lines, but ANU has prudent policy initiatives to the benefit of farmers. Here's Nicholas Yama's report.
More than 50% of Ghana's population earn their livelihood from the agricultural sector, making it the most important sector of the economy. This figure also makes the votes of farmers crucial if any politician wants to win the December 7 polls. The Agriculture Manifesto Forum on Tuesday gave the two main parties the opportunity to woo farmers ahead of the polls. NDC spokesperson on agriculture, Harry Jansen, insisted the NDC has better plans for Ghana's agri sector than the NPP.
It's very clear that the issues around technology have been addressed. The issues around accessing insurance and finance have been addressed in the NDC manifesto. The issues around providing infrastructure that will allow them to shorten the distance between their farms and their markets have been addressed. And also the issues around finding broader markets beyond urban Ghana into the international markets have also been addressed. The most important of which is the principle that agriculture will not be just a lifestyle, but a business that we will support with finance, we will support with technology, and we will support with infrastructure.
Deputy Agri Minister in charge of annual crops, Dr. Sagri Babangi, says the NPP has shown it has a good track record. He cited the building of warehouses as a key achievement for which the party deserves a second term.
We're saying that we are already doing the warehouses, and you know our target is one district, one warehouse. What we have done now is not up to every district. Some districts are still without warehouses. We have to do it. And even what we have put in each district is not adequate. We will need to add more. Because 1,000 metric tons translate to about 10,000 bags of grain. And some districts will require about 3 or 4 of such facilities. All that needs some longevity in government. That is why we are calling on Ghanaians to endorse our President, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and our parliamentary candidates so that we can have a leverage to do more in the next 4 years.
Charles Nyaba of the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana says low investment is a key constraint that needs immediate redress. He is urging the parties to prioritize policies that will deal with this and other concerns if they want the votes of members.
We are expecting more. Some are there, some are not there. So we are just hoping that as they are engaging, that they listen to our concerns. So we are hoping that those expectations will be taken a second look at. It's not over. They can still tell farmers that even though this is what is in their manifesto, but because of what we have told them, they will consider them when they win election for implementation.
Which party is the best to handle the agriculture sector of Ghana? The decision is in the hands of farmers who will vote on December 7. Nicholas Ekoyamo's report for JoyNews.
Thank you for staying here on News Desk with me, Bernice Abubedulan. So now a group of peasant farmers in the Hohoi municipality, that's the Nakachi South and Afajato South districts of the Volta region, have raised concerns over attempts by a produce buying company to cripple their farming businesses, as they put it. The agri farmers have been speaking with our correspondent, Fred Kwame Asari.
Farmers indicated that the government's initiative to stop the importation of rice prompted them to increase their cultivation, since they believed there would be an increase in demand for local rice. They therefore went for loans to expand their farms to ensure they meet the market demands. According to Wanda Setrafia, they eventually recorded bumper harvest in 2019 and sold rice paddy worth 307,555 Ghana cedis to Strongman Rice Milling Company.
Strongman Rice Milling Company Limited through its offices in August to December 2019 bought hundreds of tons of paddy rice cultivated from Akachi South, Hohwe, and Afajato district of Volta region with agreement to pay within 2 weeks of purchase. The management of the company has not only defaulted in paying, but also gone into hiding. Our surprise investigative visit to their milling site at Akuse indicated all paddy rice bought were milled and sold out without recourse to pay those who labored under the hot climate to produce the paddy rice. The total produce sold to the company amounted to 307,555 Ghana cedis, 56 pesos. That they paid 152,320 Ghana cedis. Now they left with 155,235.56 Ghana cedis.
He lamented that attempts to get authorities to help retrieve their balance proved futile.
This matter was reported to Minister of Agric far in April 2020, and since not gotten any feedback, we later petitioned the CID headquarters and BNI to help us locate the CO since he has gone into hiding. All this has not received any tangible result. We are therefore appealing to the High Office of the Land, the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of our beloved country, through Honorable Volta Regional Minister Dr. Achiba Yao Lecha, to help us retrieve our locked up souls to pay our loans and its daily compounding interest to enable us stop hiding from financiers or other farmers and return to the rice farm.
Some of the farmers who coordinated sales in their respective areas to the company explained their lives are in danger.
My colleagues believe I took the money and spent it because I led them to the buyer. I'm pleading with the government to help retrieve the money so my family and I can have peace of mind. Mr. President, we are pleading with you to help us get our money. Our farms are not doing well. We will go hungry this season, so we need our money. We are pleading. The farmers are beating us in our homes.
Because this is a very nice project that the president has initiated, Planting for Food and Job, and these fraudulent companies are involving in this dubious frauding farmers and causing a lot of discomfort. And so we are begging the president on this day that he should, when he receives this message, he should come to our aid and see to it that this company pay back our money in the shortest possible time.
Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News, Golokwati.
In Accra, I am Bernice Abubedulansa, and this is News Desk. Still to come in business, State Interest and Governance Authority collaborates with the Bank of Ghana to find innovative ways of reducing foreign exchange losses incurred by public institutions. Darryl Kwao is standing by with details. Do stay with us.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. The State Interest and Governance Authority is working with the Bank of Ghana to find an innovative way of reducing the foreign exchange losses that are incurred by public institutions due to the unstable cedi. The move will give some special treatment to beneficiary institutions in purchasing goods and services with foreign currencies. Chief Executive of SIGA, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, has been speaking to Joy Business.
We set up a technical committee with the Bank of Ghana, and we meet every quarter. The last time was, I think, in the second quarter, but third quarter we couldn't because of COVID and all those related matters. But It is very positive. It shows teamwork is important to state businesses. And for us to know that it is the people's business we are about and that we pay very serious attention to it. And we don't ignore each other. There are things that overlap. And from SIGA's point of view, we will reach out to all areas that needs collaboration. So it's a positive sign. And I noticed VRA today, for instance, talking about the exchange rates management, which they want us to make sure it doesn't affect their finances. It's in order. That's the key job for one of the key jobs for BOG and the Ministry of Finance to ensure there's a very lower exchange rate as a comparative to the city. I mean, we don't have any volatility going on about, so they can plan well. And so I am also very interested to make sure that this discussion between the Bank of Ghana and BOG, the Bank of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance is fruitful. So we have a stable exchange rate in the country.
But is it only for the VRA or the energy sector or all state institutions, particularly this foreign exchange issue?
Exchange rate affects almost all our SOEs, especially those who are having international agreements and business operations across our borders. I mean, you talk about GNPC, Cocoa Board, ECJ, Gridco, Bui Power, Ghana Water, they all have the issues, Ghana Airport Company, and so it is a very important element. It affects their finances, as you could see. It affects profitability. If that can be managed well and we have stability, relative stability, I would say, because you can never have a parity. We should have the one CD to the dollar at some point, but it's the stability, so it can enhance their planning programs.
Now, the Volta River Authority says it will invest heavily in technology from next year to improve power generation. This will bring down cost and translate in lower electricity tariffs. After addressing stakeholders at its 10th interface in Accra, Chief Executive of the authority, Emmanuel Enchidakwa, told Joy Business that Ghanaians will experience more efficient power supply at cheaper costs. Here's a report.
The Volta River Authority in the last few years has been able to reduce its legacy debts and generated some revenue from power generation. Its Chief Executive Emmanuel Enchidakwa told stakeholders that the company has made progress in diversifying its operations to make use of modern technology. In an interview with Joy Business, he said the VRA is undergoing transformation which will inure to the benefit of consumers.
You use digitization to help optimize your operations. Let's say you make the decision to minimize your costs, use digitization, or you leverage technology to be able to do that. So that is the way we want to go. And I think that Gridco is doing some work that a lot of people don't know about. They're trying to develop a smart grid. Okay, what a smart grid does is use technology to do most of the things that we manually do with the grid today. So Gridco is working on that. We want to take advantage of that to be able to improve how we deliver power to our customers. That's essentially what digitization is meant for us. So apart from our own internal efficiency improvement, in our delivery to our customers as well too, we want to use digitization, leverage our IT investments to make sure that the customer gets the product, which is electricity, in the best manner, in a reliable manner, and at the least cost.
Chief Executive of the State Interest and Governance Authority, Stephen Asamoah Boateng, speaking on the performance of the VRA, noted that discussions are underway for government to receive some dividends.
Through the performance contract negotiation with all the SOEs and the state institutions, we discuss how they can make profits, obviously. As I said, they grow their revenue, cut down the costs, and cut down or eliminate waste, and all those things give you the trajectory of profitability. And of course, when you do that, the dividend is the obvious outcome that the state derives it. And when the state get a dividend, it goes to help the people of Ghana. That's all the idea about dividend. So it's not dividend for me or for SIGA or for anybody. It's to get the money into the state coffers from our operations of state businesses, and then we can do the roads, we can do the hospitals without going to borrow and paying interest, huge interest. So I am very hopeful that the VRA is giving indication next year they will post profit.
The interface was to apprise key stakeholders of the authority's operational and financial performance in 2019.
And that's your business update. The news continues after this break.